The moment didn't start with screaming crowds or flashing cameras. It started quietly, in a normal house, on a normal day, with a package sitting on a table that nobody expected. No one in that room had any idea that in a few minutes, emotions would spill over, voices would crack, and a group of girls would completely lose it, in the best possible way. The Butler girls had already lived a moment that most young athletes only dream about. Playing basketball, wearing their school colors, carrying the pride of their community, that part mattered. But what happened after? That was something else entirely. Something personal. Something that reminded everyone watching why sports still means so much. Caitlin Clark isn't just a name on a stat sheet anymore. She's a symbol. To young players, she's proof that confidence, skill, and relentless work can take you anywhere. To fans, she's must-watch television. And to these girls, she was already a hero long before that box ever showed up. Someone says, "I think it's from her." At first, there's disbelief. Nervous laughter. One of them shakes her head like, "No way, don't play with me like that." Another grabs her phone, already recording, because something about this moment feels too important not to capture.
Feels good, honestly. I was a little nervous, not because anything, but just because I haven't been out here in a while.
The room tightens with anticipation. When the box is opened, everything changes. There it is, a handwritten note. Not typed, not generic. Real ink, real effort, real time taken by someone who didn't have to do this at all. The girls freeze for half a second, reading silently, then out loud. And that's when the reactions hit all at once. Hands go to mouths. Someone yells. Someone starts crying immediately. Another just keeps repeating, "Oh my God. Oh my God," like her brain hasn't caught up yet. These aren't polished reactions. They're raw, unfiltered, the kind you only get when something hits you straight in the chest.
Obviously, I need to knock off a little bit of rust and get my lungs back, but my body feels really good. I feel like I'm in a really good spot, so to be in an environment like this, it's really fun for myself.
Are you at 100? Is that
At 100%, yeah. Certainly fun to lace them up and be in a competitive practice. Obviously a lot different. I've been working out and playing pickup and stuff like that, but
The note isn't long, but it doesn't need to be. Caitlin thanks them, tells them she watched, tells them to keep going, tells them she believes in them. Simple words, but from someone like her, they carry enormous weight. For these girls, it's validation they'll never forget. Then come the gifts. Jerseys. Signed. Personal. Not some random merch grab. Their names. Her signature. The room explodes. Screams echo off the walls.
just getting a lot of young talent in the gym, but also at the same time learning from the people that have won gold medals before, and that's what you need. You can't just have a lot of young people here. You need the vets here to lead the way. They know what international competition's about. She won, 4 or 5 plus gold medals, and one of the best to ever play the game. So having her around, she knows better than anybody. So I think it's fun. Yeah, I still think there's a lot of great vets here, and I think obviously Sue, being in the role that she is, nobody understands USA basketball any better.
One girl collapses onto the couch, face buried in her hands, laughing and crying at the same time. Another hugs her teammate so hard they nearly fall over. This is the part that doesn't show up in highlight reels. People see Caitlin Clark draining logo threes, breaking records, torching defenses. What they don't always see is what she represents to the next generation. What it means when someone at the top reaches back down and says, "I see you." For the Butler girls, this wasn't about fame. It wasn't about going viral. It was about feeling noticed.
I think position-wise, me and Plum, and we were on the same team today, so I think, obviously she's won a gold. She's done some 3-on-3 stuff too. The WNBA is one thing, but FIBA is completely different. There's some similarities, but there's also a good amount of differences too. So you have to find a healthy balance of both of those. She knows what USA basketball is all about, and so I feel for me, today, I was around Plum a lot, and I thought that's really good. Her energy is always great, so.
About realizing that the person they watch on TV, someone who seems untouchable, took time out of her day to think about them. That realization hits hard. One of the girls says it out loud, almost in disbelief. She didn't have to do this. And that's exactly why it matters. Caitlin Clark didn't gain anything from sending that package. No endorsement deal. No stat boost. Just a chance to make someone's day, and she did far more than that.
And there's those camps when it's really young, you can sign up and try out. I don't know if it's still that way, but that's what it was when I was coming up. They always gave us the statistic of how many of us would make it to the national team, and it's 1 or 2. Now to just be at a senior national team camp, that's a dream come true within itself. Obviously it's a whole other thing to be able to make the team, and you know, we're still quite a bit out from that. Obviously, the World Cup and then the Olympic team.
The reactions keep coming. Someone wipes tears and says this just made them want to work harder. Another says she's keeping the jersey forever, never washing it, never wearing it, just hanging it up like a trophy. Someone jokes through tears that this is better than Christmas. But beneath the excitement, there's something deeper happening. Moments like this change how young athletes see themselves. They plant a seed, a quiet voice that says, maybe I belong here. Maybe my dreams aren't crazy. Maybe if she did it, I can too. That's the real gift. Caitlin Clark's rise hasn't been quiet. She's been criticized, praised, debated, dissected. Every shot she takes seems to spark a conversation. But gestures like this cut through all of that noise.
An opportunity, and it's really fun. Like, that's what you remind yourself of. Like, I was thinking about it last night, and like my main goal for today was like just smile and have fun. Like, you take for granted getting to play basketball. It's competitive. Like, you all want to win. You're all fighting for a spot. And I think that was like one of the focus points coming into today for Coach Kara is just like be competitive, work really hard, and I think we all did that. I think it's a little bit of both. Like, you know each other a little bit, and obviously we all play versus each other, and some of us have played with each other on certain teams in the past, or even in the WNBA.
They remind people that behind the headlines is a person who remembers where she came from. She knows what it feels like to be the kid watching from the stands, the one staying late in the gym, the one imagining what it would be like to get noticed. And instead of forgetting that, she leaned into it. Back in the room, the girls calmed down just enough to talk about it. They read the note again, slowly this time, like they don't want to miss a single word. Someone says they're framing it. Someone else says they're showing it to their parents immediately. Phones buzz as messages start going out. You will not believe this. And just like that, a normal day becomes a core memory. This is why representation matters in sports. Why visibility matters. Why stars reaching back down isn't just a nice gesture. It's powerful. Because these girls won't forget this. Years from now, when life gets hard, when confidence dips, when doubt creeps in, this moment will still exist. They'll remember how it felt to be seen. For Caitlin Clark, it was probably a small act. A box, a note, a few jerseys. For the Butler girls, it was a reminder that their hard work matters, even when nobody's watching. That's how legacies are built. Not just with points and trophies, but with moments like this. As the video winds down, one of the girls says something simple that says everything. This just changed everything for me. And you believe her, because you can hear it in her voice. You can see it in her eyes. Sports are about competition, about winning and losing. But sometimes, they're about connection. About inspiration passing from one generation to the next like a torch. On this day, Caitlin Clark didn't just send a gift. She sent belief.